Got on my phone. Uh-oh. Welcome. I've been watching scary videos on the internet. Oh, the angle is killing me. So I've been watching scary videos on the internet, and I decided to say a couple scary videos of my own, I guess. Not really scary, they're more like lesson learned scary. So if you're anything like me, you probably got stalked a couple times. I don't mean like internet stalked, like, hey, I stalked you, I'm your friend, stalk you. Like, no, I'm not your friend and I'm stalking you. These incidences actually happened a long time ago. A long time ago. And, I didn't tell a whole lot of people about them. I didn't really do much about them because not much happened. But, why not tell a story, right? So, the first incidents happened between my 8th grade and 9th grade year. So, right before freshman in high school. Right before freshman year of high school. Anyway, you get the point. I was at Target with my sister and her boyfriend at the time, and they were looking for swimming pool stuff, and I was like, 13, 14, looking for not swimming pool stuff. Sister, I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to the CD section. That's back when CDs were cool. Really. They were cool at one time. And she said, okay. So I went to the CD section at Target. And in the CD section at Target, if you ever notice, there's an aisle, a space, and then an aisle, and then another space in like the back wall. And so these aisles had like CDs on them and shit. That's when CDs had like a lot of aisles and not just like 2. And so I'm browsing through the CDs. This is just how I shop for stuff. I just kind of zigzag through aisles like this. That's how I would do it. And that's how I still shop, because I'm weird. And I was, just chilling, looking at CDs, doing things. And I noticed this dude at the end of the first aisle. This is the first aisle. At the end of the first aisle, he's chilling, he's looking at CDs too. So I didn't think much of it. I kind of just went around him and kept doing my thing. And then I went to the next aisle. And in the beginning of the next aisle, I noticed him on the end of the next aisle. And I thought, okay, maybe he's just chilling looking at CDs. And so, chilling looking at CDs, he's chilling looking at CDs. Eventually we meet in the middle, I go around and whatever, I fucking go to the next aisle. So this time, I see him again at the end of the next aisle. You see where this is going? I hope you do. So, I look at him, he's looking at me, he made eye contact with me, and I just thought, what the fuck is going on? Is this guy following me right now? Like, I wasn't sure. I don't know. I was 14. So, I'm like, alright, maybe I won't go down that aisle. So I see him at this third aisle. And on the other end of that third aisle, I see him, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go down this aisle. So I went past the next aisle. There he is again at the other end. Then I went past the next aisle. There he is again at the other end. And he was just following me across the aisle. At the other end of each aisle. Would just be keeping up with me and staring. And that's not fucking the freakiest part. So, at one point, I didn't see him at the end of a couple of aisles. So I thought I lost him. Well, I was like, alright, I'm gonna make a zigzaggy fucking turn. So I try to turn down this, so next couple aisles I don't see him, and then this next aisle I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn down this next aisle and I'm just gonna beat him out. He was at the end of that next aisle. 2 steps in, I look up and there he fucking is, and I'm like, oh fuck no. So I fucking turn around and I go pretty much walking along the back wall of Target, and I'm walking at a pretty fast pace, and as you know, I'm not a very fast walker or a very fast thinker or very fast anything. And I notice how they have the monitors up in the stores sometimes, or it shows like what's behind you, and I fucking looked up at it, and I shit you not, that motherfucker cut through the aisle and was now right fucking behind me. And I said, oh fuck, I'm almost at the end of this fucking little area and I'm gonna be screwed because I'm gonna hit a dead end, and this is how fucking horror stories start. So I'm like, okay, I gotta think fast. I gotta, you know, think fast like I don't do, and figure something out. So I go, and I'm thinking I got like 2 or 3 aisles left, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta cut down an aisle. I gotta at least lose him somehow. I cut down an aisle with like one other person in it, and then I zigzag through the next aisle with a couple more people in it, and I get out to the main walkway of Target, and I'm looking around for this guy. I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't see him anywhere. He fucking disappeared. He's like a fucking ghost. He disappeared, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Where the fuck oh, now he doesn't want to confront me. I'm ready to fucking confront this motherfucker right now because I got all these other people around me, and this motherfucker straight disappeared. The fuck, right? So I didn't tell anybody about that. I literally like did not, and now I'm telling the internet. No, I literally didn't tell anybody about that until I told my boyfriend a few years ago, maybe. So nobody else really knows about it except for the internet now. So this next one actually comes from the next year, like freshman year of high school, legit. I went to a high school where they had 2 campuses, one across the street. So some classes were obviously across the street, you know, and whatever. I had a health class that was my last class of the day at the opposite end of the next campus. As slow as I fucking walk, it takes me a while to get there. And since we have 7 minutes between fucking passing periods, I don't want to get tardy. Because you never know when they're going to throw a tardy sweep at you. So, me being the slowest motherfucker, I choose a different way to go. Not always the smartest way to go. So, I go, and what I would do is I'm technically not on campus the way I go. I guess technically I kind of am because I'm on the sidewalk just outside the gate. Not on the street, but on the sidewalk next to the street, outside of the gates of the school. And there was a gate at the opposite end where I could enter in through so I can hit my 7th period before the bell rang. One day I was walking and there was this, like, there was obviously cars parked all along that sidewalk because it's school and some students would park there or whatever. And it wasn't necessarily in the best neighborhood either. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And this guy was sitting in his car, and I thought maybe he was waiting for someone. Didn't think anything of it. Again, you're seeing a common theme here. Didn't think anything of it when I should have. And, you know, I see him, and I'm like, okay, he's chilling in his car. Chilling, maybe waiting for someone. Who cares? And I walk past him. And then all of a sudden he like drives, because this car was actually still on when I walked by the first time. And he went around the car that was parked in front of him and parked in front of it. And it was, I got there. So he parked just ahead of me. And I walked right past. Didn't say anything, didn't do anything. And then he would drive and he, you know, skip the next 2 or 3 cars ahead and would park over there, still ahead of me. And I'm like, okay. This guy's being a little piggy with his parking spots. So again, I pass him by. And he just kept doing it. At one point, I like looked over and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, what are you not comfortable? Is there no shade? And he would just look at me. He was just staring at me. Like, what the I'm freaked the fuck out because I thought I was gonna die and stuff. So, like, he kept following me with his car until I got to the open gate, in which I went into the campus and I went straight to my fucking classroom. I sat the fuck down and I kept my mouth shut. I don't know why I do that. Why am I like this? But yeah, that's basically it for now until another one pops up. And all I gotta say is, I guess trust your instincts. Don't do anything too stupid. And be careful, man. The world's crazy.